All right, well, let's get started here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to this. The sun is shining above the clouds, I know. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday. I am grateful for the warm weather. I did get snowshoes at Christmas that I'm not able to use yet, but maybe in March when we get those big tournament snowstorms. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're here. My name is Sue Hooper. I am a practitioner here at CSL Minneapolis. Nice to see familiar faces. Good to see you all. Let's start with our statement of truth. And that is, there is a power for good in the universe, and I can consciously use it. And our mission is to teach, demonstrate, and empower a positive spiritual approach to living. And now's a good time to check your cell phones. Make sure that they're turned down or on vibrate or off even. And let's start with a song. We have Claire back this morning with us. Thank you for being here, Claire.
Kudos to everybody that got out of bed this morning.
That's right.
To hibernate or not to hibernate, that is the question. We have words up on the screen. You'll know the melody, but the words are a little different. So here we go. Oh, what a beautiful day. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. There's a feeling of joy that surrounds me. There's a feeling of joy that surrounds me. I imagine that good things are coming my way. As I rise and I smile and I greet the new day. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. My heart is the light that will guide me. My heart is the light that will guide me. I'm grateful and open and welcome each day as life keeps unfolding in wonderful ways. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way.
How fun is that? Thank you. All right, let's do our reading. Here we go. I am ready to deepen my conviction in the power and presence for good. I am ready to apply it in my daily life. I am ready to receive God's highest blessings. I am ready to live from a higher level of beingness. I am ready to be a transformative light in the world, and so it is. Let's take a deep breath together. Center yourself in your chairs. Close your eyes if you'd care to. I will say a prayer in first person, but know that if it resonates with you, it's for you as well. Here's what I know. There is only one. I recognize God as the ultimate, limitless presence and power in the universe. God is all there is. I recognize the infinite spirit of God. I remember that God is the infinite spirit that is in and through all things. God is all powerful and wise. God is the perfect source of everything: perfect health, prosperity, happiness, harmony, intelligence, and energy. God is a loving presence, ever available. I feel God's presence of love, peace, wholeness, wisdom, grace, and prosperity, omniscient, omnipresent. I recognize God as the ultimate presence and power in and through everything. I now accept that I and God are one. I know God acts through me, as me, in me, and in all life. I am one with God now. I unify with the presence of God. I have already listed and felt the characteristics of God. I now remind myself that I am part of God, and I too have all the qualities of the infinite spirit within me. My real spiritual self is perfect in every way and always. I claim my heart and my mind are open to the message we hear in this room today and the messages that God gives us throughout our day. I thankfully accept that the good I desire is mine right now. I accept and give thanks for this good right here and now. I release my prayer to the activity of the universal law of God's power in and through the one infinite mind. I completely free myself from any concern. I let go and I let God, and so it is. I didn't ask anybody to light candles. Who would like to light candles today? Annette, are you up? No? Kevin? Kevin will come. This center is based on the knowledge that there is one great universal presence, and we acknowledge that there are multiple names and paths to this one which unifies us, not divides us. Please join me as we honor the unifying nature of spiritual thought and experiences as we light the flames of faith, acknowledging all people and all faiths. All right, here we go. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. And I invite you now to take a moment and light the candle within for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of wholeness, oneness, and mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. Thank you, Kevin. And who's reading today? Leif, please come up for our reading.
Good morning. Good morning. So I have a reading here from New Thoughts for Today by Reverend Dr. Melissa Higginbotham from the Interfaith and Religious Science in Mooresville, North Carolina. And she talks about the holy pause moment. And I think this fits right in with the prayer that you just did. Indeed. So this is titled Pause, Pray, Proceed. Pause, pray, proceed. I breathe as I gaze at these words while at my desk. They shimmer on a photograph taken by a dear friend. The picture hangs nearby to remind me periodically to take a pause and be with my eternal self. To breathe in God's frequency, a holy pause moment in time, and be still and know. This holy pause moment is a prayer itself. When we recognize that God is the underlying truth of our universe, when we pause and take a breath, we are breathing in God. When we breathe in God, the in-breath of spirit, we unify with the knowingness that God is. And in this knowing, we step into realization, into knowing that God is. I am, and that I know I am now the prayer itself, both the one who prays and the one who is being the thing itself. Pause, pray, and now I proceed, looking with the eyes of God, of the divine, through me, with me, as me, at everything I do and everything I see. And in this seeing, in this knowing, I can truly say, behold, I make all things new. God is, and God is. And then the core thought of this to take with you. In the beginning, God created everything out of itself. Therefore, God looks through me, as me, right now. I know that everything I see and meet is also God, and this I know as truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Leif. Claire?
Jana Stanfield and Megan McDonough did a co-write on this song, and I thought it was just an amazing song, and it's titled Amazing Things. You will do amazing things with each choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make, the reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. And go the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what each day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out, just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes the best answers come when you're out there just having fun. Close your eyes take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. We're here to do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. We're here to do amazing things. We're here to do amazing things.
Thank you, Claire. That was beautiful. Is that a song we can just find on YouTube or something? Or okay.
I was just going down the rabbit hole and found it.
Ah, it's lovely. It's lovely. And now, the wonderful and fabulous Reverend Debbie O'Donnell.
Why, thank you. Good morning, all of us brave people who do not let fog get in our way. Okay, so there was a Catholic priest, a Baptist preacher, and a Jewish rabbi. And they were all doing internship at a university up in Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And, they'd get together for coffee a couple of times a week. And they started talking about the idea of, it's one thing to preach to humans, to people, to young adults, but it would be a completely different thing to convert a bear. And so after some conversation, they decided, you know what, let's do it. We'll meet again next week. Let's go find ourselves some bears. So off they went. So Father Flannery found the first bear. And he found the first bear. And when they came together 7 days later, they weren't at the coffee shop. They were now at the hospital. Because Father Flannery, he had crutches, he had an arm and a sling. And he says, well, I went to the woods to find me a bear, and I found a bear. And I got to tell you, he started slapping me around. So I just sprinkled him with some holy water, and that bear became a lamb. That's all that bear needed. In fact, the Pope's going to come in next week, and we're going to give him his first communion. He is like into it. Well, Reverend Billy Bob went next, and he's like, well, us Baptists, we don't sprinkle anything. So I found myself a bear, and you know what? I started reading God's word, and he was not going to have any of it. And we wrestled and rolled up and down some hills. Finally, we landed up in a creek, and I just baptized him. Just dunked him, his head underwater. And again, he was just like a lamb. Of course, he's telling this story because he now has 2 broken legs and he's in a wheelchair. But then they turn to the rabbi. And the rabbi is in like a full body cast. Right? And the rabbi says, you know what? When I look back on it, starting with circumcision was probably not the right idea. When we look back on it, that's what we're doing this month. We're looking back on the basics of this teaching. And Reverend Joanne started us off with sharing that she got into this teaching through someone who had come to town was presenting a workshop at her place of work, at her brokerage firm. And then last week, Reverend Sherry shared that she got into this teaching with an incredible inspirational speaker, Terry Cole Whitaker, who drew huge crowds in San Diego. And I got into this teaching through a psychologist. Kind of first session with the psychologist, and she's like, okay, you know what? You need to stop pleasing others, start figuring out how to be happy, and you need to go to this church to hang out with people who are always happy on the inside. And I've been hanging out with people who are happy on the inside ever since. So thank you for coming here this morning and hanging out with me. Back to basics. The basics of this teaching, the first basic thought is the thing itself. These are all in the basics of this teaching are spelled out in the introductory section of the Science of Mind textbook, before you even get to chapter 1, right? Holmes has basically told you everything he's going to tell you. And he tells you, and he tells you, and he tells you, which is why the book is so thick. But it's all in the first few pages. So it's the thing itself. It's spirit. It's God. It's universal law. It's whatever you want to call it. But it is totally and completely impersonal. Completely impersonal. And it's everywhere all the time because that's all that there is. That's it. There's no judgment because it's all just love. That's it, it's all just love. The way it works is through each and every one of us, whether we're conscious of it or not. It's how it experiences its creation. It is how it supports us. It is how it continues to create. And what it does is it just says, yes, my beloved. That's it, just yes. To whatever we are focusing on, be it good stuff, be it bad stuff, be it what we want, be it what we don't want. You get it? It just says yes. And how it works is through cause and effect. That whole idea of what I think about, backed with my feelings and my beliefs and my actions, is what comes about. So, it sounds so simple, right? Because we all want good stuff. And we all really just want good stuff. We want a good life. But can we really define the good stuff as easily as we can define the not so good stuff, right? We all know what we don't want. So it's about becoming more clear about what we do want. Ernest Holmes, his book, This Thing Called You, writes, "Life lies open to me, rich, full, and abundant." That is our truth. That is everyone's truth. Everyone. Every living being on this planet is that truth. And this is not something that's just unique to the science of mind. Holmes goes on and writes, "The philosophy of religious science is nothing new to the world. It is rather a synthesis of the greatest concepts that have ever come to the mind of man. The law of Moses, the love of Christ, the ethics of Buddha, the morals of Confucius, the deep spiritual realization of the Hindus, the mystical revelations of the saints in the Middle Ages, the laws of paracel and compensation by Emerson, the logic of Kant, the spirituality of Swedenborg, the beauty of Browning, the wide universal sweep of Walt Whitman, all find an exalted place in this philosophy. I've never had a revelation, but I do know that what I acquired here on earth was wisdom, and that is available long after I'm gone. You will find the truth because it belongs to everyone." This teaching is about how we use it. This teaching is about how we complement the one and how we allow ourselves to co-create in that wonderful place of love. It's about being aware that we are in that divine partnership and that life is not happening to us ever. It is happening through us. Just through us. And when we are in that divine partnership, and we are aware of our creative force, which is life itself, right? We are creating our life through our thoughts, our feelings, our words, and our actions. And when we are ready for something new, then all we need to do is have new thoughts, new feelings, new beliefs. We need to take new words and put them to work in our life. That's it. We just have to let go of what's no longer working for us and step into more of what is, which takes us to that place of awareness and gratitude. Giving thanks for what is really working in our life is the surest way we have of getting more that's really working in our life. Gratitude and awareness. The thing about awareness is that it has more potential than we can ever imagine. That was why the reading was so important today. Pause. Pause. And in that pause, become aware. And in that pause, we can become renewed. Just by taking a pause, breathing in that God stuff, can totally reset us. Isn't that amazing? We are just amazing people. Truly amazing. We are so amazing we don't even believe how amazing we are. We are created out of God's stuff. And it is not only our privilege and our right to consciously create a life well lived, it is also our responsibility. It is our responsibility to the One to experience its creation through us as love and as joy and as prosperity and all things good. That is our responsibility, I believe. And when we get clear on that, then we become really clear on the fact that it starts from the first cause. Remembering whose we are. Remembering that we are it. In our own little expression of it. Rumi, right? I am not an ocean, but the whole ocean is in that drop that I am. My universe is part of the universe. And it's my responsibility, it's our responsibility to consciously make it the best universe within the universe that we can make it. And the basics of this teaching are not just, as Holmes said, up to Holmes. I want you to hear this. I'm going to do some statements from the Bible, but I invite you to listen to it with new ears. Ears that know that we are made of God stuff. In Proverbs, for as he thinketh in his heart, so he is. We got, oh, this is what I just said. Okay, this is what we're saying now. You will decide upon a matter, and it will be established for you. And that's setting an intention. In Mark, therefore I say unto you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you will have them. Can it be any clearer? It starts on the inside. It starts with believing on the inside. Mark, all things are possible to those who believe. And believe in what? Believe in the infinite possibilities. Believe that we are worthy of more. Luke, the things that are impossible with men are possible with God. On our own, we can do little compared to what we can do in that divine partnership. And it's all about partnership. Because remember, it only says yes. It doesn't debate. It doesn't judge. It doesn't say, who do you think you are to make such a request, to think you're worthy of that. It just says, yes. Actually, it says, yes, my beloved. And on our own steam, we cannot do near as much as we can when we allow Spirit to do that heavy lifting. There's an ancient text called Dhammapada, and it's a Buddhist text. And it's an idea from Buddha of how to live an awakened life. And it says, we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. Our thoughts, we make the world. And with our thoughts, we make the world. Speak or act with a pure mind, and happiness will follow you, as your shadow unshakable. Like right there with you. The central text of the Tao is the Tao Te Ching. And this is a book of basically it's about roughly how things work, basically. And their God is really a non-personal thing as well. It's called the creative God principle, is how they address it. And they write, this single principle can be found everywhere, all the time, because everything works according to it. And by knowing Tao, I know how things happen. In other words, if I know my relationship with the infinite, and I court that relationship, and I honor it, and I give thanks for it, and I pause throughout the day and let myself be reminded that it is always there. As long as we're in that space, things just start to work. Even if we're not clear on what we want, clarity starts to happen. Things start to happen. Life starts to become easier. Course in Miracles writes, because of your likeness to your Creator, you are creative. We are made in the image and likeness of Source. We're a chip off the old block, as they say. Think about it. We are. It's all we can be. And it is about embracing that I believe is the key to living this philosophy. And it seems so easy, but it's really not. Because when we realize that there is only one, and that one is God, and that one is divine, and is expressing through us, working for us, we also have to acknowledge that that is the truth for every single being on this planet. Seriously. Every single being on this planet. And as we respect ourselves, we should be respecting every other being on this planet, whether they think like us, act like us, talk like us, or not. Because see, that's when we get to that place, where we know that we're truly all one, and that all that one is that good God stuff. When we get to that place, then we have totally become awakened to our truth. And once we're awakened, there is no going back. When we really embrace our oneness, there is so much that we can do. There is so much, actually, not that we can do, but that we can receive. Because when we embrace that oneness, we're already giving from that place of love. Emerson, as a man thinks, so he is. As a man chooses, so he is. And so is his life in nature. I love that idea. I love that idea that we can choose to acknowledge our divinity. We can choose to acknowledge our oneness. And we can choose to allow ourselves new eyes as we look upon others and open our hearts. And from there, amazing things come rushing in. We all know that. We've all experienced it, right? We all have. It's about giving thanks for what we have experienced and then giving thanks for what we are going to experience from that place of divine oneness, from that place of truth, the one truth, recognizing the one law, cause and effect. It's about a new way to look at, a new way to believe in, a new way to be, to do, by being our oneness, by seeing ourselves first from that place of power and knowledge and deservingness, if that's even a word. Deservingness. Once we realize that we deserve everything that we could possibly imagine, then we get to recognize that everyone deserves everything they can possibly imagine. And all of a sudden, well, it's just sort of love, right? In the end. So, my friends, this morning, my question to you is, what are you thinking? What are you focusing on? And my assignment, if you choose to take it, is to take a pause every now and then and ask yourself, what am I thinking? What am I focusing on? Is this really the best use of my mental space, of my emotional space? Let me just breathe in some God first and move to that place where my thinking aligns with my true nature of love and abundance and all things good in the world. So with that, I'd like to close this off with a spiritual mind treatment, if you would join me. Oh, just take that breath, that God breath, and just remember that it is the one, in divine partnership always. And from that place, I easily and effortlessly claim a higher expression of it in all of my affairs. That there is a clarity of focus and ease and a grace throughout my entire life. And I just need to remember to breathe into it. Oh, and I give thanks for this great memory. Because right here and right now, my willingness to be that greater expression, to take up that responsibility of divine kinship, I accept. I let go of anything that's not working for me. Oh, and I just welcome. I welcome all of the good that is rushing in right here and right now. It is with such gratitude that I say thank you. For all that is, all that has been, all that will be, I say thank you. Thank you, Spirit, for doing all of the heavy lifting and allowing me to be brightly and divinely guided. That is the truth. I let it go, and so it is. So it is.
I must admit, your bear stories got my mind going. And I remembered a story about Father Flanagan, who decided he was going to get a replacement for a particular Sunday and go out hunting. And he was hunting a bear. And so he's out in the woods, and he goes along the main road, and there's a nice long hill, and he's looking, and all of a sudden from behind him he hears, "Ah!" And he loses his balance, he loses his gun, he rolls down the hill, and the bear is after him. And he rights himself, and the bear is right there. And so Father Flanagan drops to his knees and he says, "Please, God, let this be a Christian bear." And the bear stops, and he looks. And he drops to his knees, the bear does, and he says, "Dear God, thank you for this meal."
That was good.
This is called Blessed Be, and Sue Riley wrote this one. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause I know I'm in the flow, I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause I know I'm in the flow, I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, endless possibilities, they're everywhere, they've always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause I know I'm in the flow, I'm finally free, oh blessed be. And I've outgrown those smaller dreams, the way they used to limit me. I make the space, invite love in, magic fills my life again. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. There's something bigger calling me to follow where my passion leads. I trust the flow, don't need to know, I dance into the great unknown. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the thrill of life carry me, 'cause I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be, 'cause I know I'm in the flow, finally free, oh blessed be. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. I'm finally free.
Thank you, Claire, and thank you, Reverend Debbie. That's lovely. Now is the time for our conscious giving. Remember, it's a good thing to give to those places where you feel spiritually fed. Thank you. We bless the gifts and we bless the givers. Affirmative prayer is our gift to you on Sundays and every day of the week, frankly. If you have something you would like prayer for, you can sign up here, write it down, and our practitioners will pray for you throughout the week. Or we have practitioners here that will pray with you today. Could I get the practitioners to stand up, please? I myself am a practitioner. Dee Dee is a practitioner. Leif, Dennis, Jeff, Colleen, Reverend Debbie. We are here for you. Reverend Sherry. I'm looking for these. Reverend Sherry. We would love to pray with you and for you. So that is here for you. We have announcements on the back. Next Sunday, February 4th, we are doing visioning for individuals as well as for our spiritual center. So that will be after service. Come, it's a lovely thing. It's a really kind of mind-opening thing. So please come and be a part of that. February 18th, which is the third Sunday in February, the care team will share more about their vision. Yes? You care to say any more today? Are you good? Annette, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Reverend Debbie has put out a beautiful flyer. There's one in the back. There will be more about that coming along. And if you would like more information about what is happening with this care team, it's evolving. And we love everybody's input and how you might be involved in growing and supporting this community. So you can go to info@cslminneapolis.org, and myself, Annette Glabe, or Julie Wagner will respond to you and get you more information. So just to get you primed for joining us on the 18th, right after service. Thank you.
Thank you, Annette. All right, and we have a big, huge thank you and kudos to Colleen Wilkinson for being our social media person. We have a presence on Facebook. We have a presence on Instagram. So if you're not signed up on our pages, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, and sign up, and there's all sorts of information coming out. Thank you so much, Colleen. Well, you're the prime person on that, so thanks. Any other announcements? We're good. Okay. If you're not receiving information from us via email, we have a sign up here. If you're online, you can go to info@csl.org, at cslminneapolis.org. Sign up for our emails. And if you've all been with us before, so it's good to see you all. I'm glad you're here. Please join us for fellowship over there. We have coffee, we have donuts, and all sorts of treats. And I will not attempt Reverend Joanne's blessing because that belongs to her, but I will say blessings upon you and your families. And so it is. One more song from Claire.
Actually, it's everybody,
All right.
because there's going to be words.
All right.
Start my day with love. What I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. peace when I start my day with peace. Feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace when I start my day with peace. Feel that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy when I start my day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy when I start my day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love when I start my day with peace. Start my day with joy, I feel that sweet release. Start my day with love, start my day with peace. Start my day with joy, I feel that sweet release. Start my day with love, I start my day with peace. Start my day with joy, I feel that sweet release.